Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Delays and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, what were we doing? I don't remember, I'll be honest. I have no idea what we were doing last time. But we've been working on cows and chickens. We'll get to them in a moment. Right, I remember now. We were upgrading our applied energistic system. That's right. So we have a sag mill that allows us to make the flukes dust and the nether quartz dust, as well as a basic system to make flukes crystals. And all things considered, yeah, it works just fine. We just need to start getting more materials so that we can upgrade more things and make more automation and all that kind of fun stuff. So today we're going to kind of help with that a little bit. We're going to upgrade our power production by turning this gas burning generator from a hydrogen gas burning generator to an ethylene gas burning generator, which is a lot better. We're also going to move our power setup down here just because I'm probably going to just go a little bit this way and not worry too much about making this room fully dug out or anything like that today. We're just going to get some work done and hopefully be able to start producing enough ethylene that we can power our base a little bit easier. So between episodes, I have been working with the cows and a little bit with the chickens, lesser extent with the chickens, and I should have a bunch of babies. Yeah, I have a lot of babies. These are the ones that are that I need to pick up for a quest, and those are the extras. I've gotten quite a few things since the last episode. So we've gotten pink slime, which let's go ahead and get the reward for all of these guys. We have purple slime. We have molten iron, which unlocks a ton, and molten platinum. So we're also waiting on gold, steel, lead, and tin. And then I'm going to continue working with them. Now, one thing to note, something that's kind of cool is if we have these cows in this like form, I believe it calls it, what does it call it? Let's see, they're over here? I don't know, that's not where they go. So displayers. When the fluke cows are in a displayer form, something kind of interesting happens. Their cooldowns, at least for, I don't know if, let's do a little bit of an experiment. Let's do a little bit of an experiment with something like water. Water is easy enough. So if we put this guy down, the next usage is in a minute. But let's say we want another obsidian. If we do something like this, get some wheat, and breed these guys, their breed timers are going to go to 5 minutes. Cool, we got an obsidian. But if I turn it into a displayer and then place it back down, I can breed it again. So that is a little bit of a cheaty. It's a little bit cheaty, but I am probably going to do that 100% because if you can't tell from the number of iron cows I have, it took me a while to get all of the products, and some of them were like a 50% chance, and it took me like 4 or 5 tries. So yeah, I'm gonna abuse that. Instead of having to wait 5 minutes every time, it's gonna be a little bit quicker. Now chickens, on the other hand, oh, by the way, I meant to say this I think last episode. I was looking to see if there's a way to make these cows grow up faster. There is, but nothing that I really care to use. Nothing from Britannia that I could see that was like super overpowered or anything like that, so we won't worry about it. But over here with the chickens, these guys are a lot slower. Now I can speed them up with the time in the bottle, but I only have 2 new chickens, the snowball and the iron chicken, and I'm just going to continue breeding them. I don't have any more 10-10-10s, but I am working on quite a few, and we'll get there. Why don't you guys have any seeds? I forget to put seeds in there? Probably. So I typically do 16 seeds per like session of breeding, and then I come back once they're done and do all that kind of stuff. So nothing too major to talk about with that, but we do have a couple quests. The snowball chicken, obviously, and the iron chicken, which the iron chicken is pretty nice. It produces iron, so that's always good, but don't really care too much. So now I have a bunch of junk in my inventory. We can talk about what we're going to be doing today. So the main plan for today, one other thing, by the way, that I did, which we'll get to later, is I was messing with our mob farm a little bit, and specifically, I want to move the drawer controller from there to over here, and we're going to set up, there's darkness back here, we're going to set up back in here a little system to get rid of things like all of the bows, and apparently I need to, yep, gunpowder is filled up, but get rid of all the bows and all the armor. I don't think we need it. It's not really worth it to turn it into other stuff, so we're just going to avoid it all. And I'm probably going to have extra space with all of this stuff, so I might have some farms dump their items in here, but I don't know yet. So I just made this little room so that we can do that pretty nice and neatly out of the way. And then this is a hole I dug because our drawer controller is going to go here. And the reason why I'm going to put it here is because then we can attach it from the top to get access to our applied logistics system. So that is kind of the idea, and that's what we might get to later. We have a lot of things to do with that, but whether or not we get to it today, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, what I mostly want to work on today is the ethylene production, which, if you don't remember, requires a PRC, which is a pressurized reaction chamber, hydrogen, water, and biofuel. So we're going to need a PRC. Now, in order to get the biofuel, we need a crusher, and we need pretty much anything that is organic, plant life, whatnot. And one of the best things you can use is pumpkins. Pumpkins give you 6 biofuel for each pumpkin. Pretty nice and easy to get. And so we're going to need a crusher. We're also going to be using our garden cloche to kind of make the pumpkins. So here is the plan. We're going to take this guy. We're going to get some pumpkin seeds and some dirt. And do I have pumpkin seeds in here? No. I know I do have pumpkin seeds. Those are rice seeds. And technically we can use any sort of organic materials that we want. It doesn't matter, but pumpkin is, again, going to be like one of the best. And I think I need to clean up the base, like, very much. Like, the base is a mess. Now, if we see in the garden cloche, it's not going to show me. So I don't know if we're going to get pumpkin seeds or not, but we're going to need this stuff. We're also going to want, I need to go put that back. We're also going to want another bucket for convenience sake, and we're going to do something kind of like this, but we're going to use the aqueous accumulator. I'm not going to be super cheaty with the sinks, but we already have an aqueous accumulator over here, so not a big deal. We're probably going to need to make some more stuff, but I want this one. Let's grab another bucket, and let's see, bucket, I should have some, I do. Alright, and I guess, let's see, let's go ahead and let's make all the stuff we need, and then we'll build it. So we're going to need all this stuff. And I guess we'll just use the dirt here to get rid of the water. And break these. And no big deal. So flux point is removing energy. That is important, but not what we want to do quite yet. we want this guy, the flux plug. So we can actually put the point on here if we so choose. And I do. And then we can move all this stuff and not worry about it. So we can, you know, grab that. Let's grab this guy and these guys. I believe if we use a wrench on this, it'll be a lot easier. Alright, so we have a bunch of things. I guess we could store water. Why not? But we're just going to come right over here and set something up with a little bit of power. So we're going to want the ender tank. I don't actually remember which way it needs to be. The pressurized fluid conduit. You know what? Let's get this set up real quick, and then we can potentially do the thing that I was about to say. I was gonna say let's go make a new thing called a. It's another type of wrench. What is it called? It's the Yeta wrench. That's right. So electrical steel and stone. It is super useful when you're working with all of the Ender IO stuff because you can make things a little bit easier without, you can change conduit stuff without having too much issue. And it works very similar to a normal crescent hammer, but let's get the magmatic, and I guess we'll just go ahead and use the basic universal cable here. Why not? This will be insert only, and we'll just put that straight into the power, and then on the top we'll have an output, and we'll put that directly with the thing I apparently didn't grab. No, I didn't even break it. The flux plug. So this is merely just going to sit here, and I want input on both sides. So that should get power from here, and everything should be fine. So that is first problem solved, and then we'll just dig this way however far we need to. I'll probably end up moving this stuff around a little bit just to make things nicer, but we'll just kind of dig out a room as we go, mostly because I don't feel like digging out the entire thing all at once, and light things up, so it's good. And this should be enough room for what we need. So let's go get the stuff that we want. I think the first thing we're going to do is make the Yeta wrench. So the Yeta wrench requires electrical steel, which is an induction, steel and silicon. So if I have some steel, if I have some silicon, we're going to need 3 pieces, and we just need to find out if we have some steel lying around. And then we're also going to need a stone gear, which is not too difficult to make. Just 4 stone. We have plenty of stone. And I should have, if I have any steel, I'll have some in here. There's 1. So yeah, we need to get a little bit more steel. And again, we can make steel with coal and iron. So let's just pulverize a bunch of coal. Get a little bit of iron, and for right now I just want to make 2 so that we can get the steel, and I should be able to speed this up without too much consequence. And then we do this. It's going to really drain our power, but it's fine. Alright, there's the electrical steel. We can now make the Yeta wrench, which doesn't seem like it's super important, but it kind of is. What the Yeta wrench allows me to do, and this is kind of good for working with stuff, is I can look at the connections just by shift left clicking on the conduit. Now it's weird because left click doesn't do anything, right click doesn't do anything. Shift right clicking is what removes it, and that's usually usually that's how you access things with stuff, with wrenches and whatnot. But I don't know, it seems a little counterintuitive sometimes, but it works. So let's clear up our inventory just a little bit. And you know, we have these awesome cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which are super powerful. We might end up using a few of those, and we can get rid of that. We'll keep the basic drawer for now. Okay, so we have an electrolytic separator that's going to take water and give us our hydrogen. We're also going to take water and pump that into the PRC. So let's make the PRC first. So this is going to require some steel. Some basic controls, a dynamic tank. It's going to require a lot of steel. So let's go make a bunch of steel. And I definitely need more steel. So let's get like a stack of coal and get that pulverizing. So what else are we going to need? We're going to need 2 basic control circuits, a enriched alloy, and a good bit of osmium. So let's take the enriched alloy. We can go put that into our system. And is there anything else in here that we might need? Don't think so. So yeah, we're definitely going to need a lot of steel, and I'm probably going to have to go make a bunch of that off camera. But we can make 2 empty gas tanks. Now those don't stack. And we need the control circuits. So that is osmium and some redstone. But that's not too difficult. Let's see, do we have enrichment? Let's enrich the redstone first, and then we can move things over. So yeah, we're going to need quite a bit of steel because we're also going to need to make an enrichment chamber. And so we're only going to need 2 steel casings, but that's still 8 steel. And that's going to take a little bit of time to get. So I'll tell you guys what, I'm going to go ahead and get all the materials ready for this. And we'll make both the crusher, which you've seen before, as well as the pressurized reaction chamber. And I'll come back once those are ready to be crafted. So be right back. Alright, so that didn't take too long. I have everything we need. We do need to make the crusher first, which I went ahead and made the steel casings. It's just steel, osmium, and glass. Nothing too difficult there. So we're going to make the crusher because we need that bucket for the dynamic tanks. And then we can make the enrichment chamber, and it's just going to be shift clicking. And there is, if we get the enrichment chamber, because it doesn't like to, nope, enrich, as it doesn't like to auto fill, but there is the pressurized reaction chamber. And we still have some stuff left over. So, with that all taken care of, we're going to be able to turn the water into hydrogen and oxygen. We're probably going to need some gas pipes of some sort. I do know there is gas conduits. What do these require? Steel. And then we upgrade them with various alloys. Okay, so that's not terrible. Can I make one? Sure. Let's go ahead and make some gas conduits. We'll go ahead and use gas. The conduits rather than the pipes. The pipes, I believe, what are they called? Tubes? Pressurized tubes, yeah, is glass and steel, so that's not too terrible. And the basic is 256. These are the basics, which are 64. Pump rate is 64. They're exactly the same, but they will have the ability of all the other conduits of being able to be in the same space. So we can make things a little bit more compact. So what we're going to need to do, let's go backwards from this. So the gas burning generator is going to be, actually, the gas burning generator, I do believe, let's place it down for a second. It has one input, bunch of outputs. So I can't pick it up with that. Can I pick it up with that? I can. So I believe if we put it like so, and put no, other way around. Okay. So it's a bunch of inputs, one output for the power. So that should start burning, and it's just going to burn through all the hydrogen. Unfortunately, we just kind of got to do that. But actually, we could get all that hydrogen out. So let's break that for a second. And can we actually? No, I don't think we can. Never mind. We'll just let this sit like so. And we are going to need some power. So let's see. Actually, we're not going to use the cryo stabilized. Let's go get some more enhanced energy conduits if we can. So we'll put those away. Can we get some more conduits? So these are just going to require conduit binder, which I really can't wait to get a lot of the stuff auto-crafted. And then we should be able to work through this a lot easier. So we're going to need conduit binder. And luckily this furnace right here is going to be super quick. I love the ultimate furnace. It's so good. But we are also going to need energetic alloys, which requires gold, redstone, and glowstone. So let's just put a little bit of these. And gold, because we don't have much resources currently, because I haven't been sifting, because power. So a little bit of problems, but this should not take too long. We could even speed it up a little bit. And then we can make some more conduits. It's not too bad. Let's just make 2 sets for now. That should be enough. Alright, so from this, we are going to want our pressurized reaction chamber. And this gets 2 inputs to 1 output. Now, side config, we're going to have to break these. Let's actually move this over 1 more. And basically what we're going to do is go ahead and attach that. So this is going to require power. A lot of this stuff is going to require power. We can just do something like this and then turn that off. No big deal there. So what we're going to need from here, and I believe we can do output, which is our blue, on the top and on the side. The side is going to be our gas. And extract always active, no insert, and this will just be insert. So all the gas will go into the gas burning generator once it runs out of hydrogen, obviously. Now this requires water. Oh, that's item config. We're going to want gases. Output to the left. Yeah. And then input for the gases will be on the right. And then for fluids, we'll do fluids on the back. So we're going to run pressurized fluid conduits, which, how do we make these again? Fuse quartz. Okay, that is an easy craft. In fact, we should have some fuse quartz lying around. We should be able to make some more of these. Let's just get a little bit more. Okay, so all things considered, not too bad. Now, we are going to need an item conduit, and this drawer was originally for something else, but we'll go ahead and use it right here. That is for the substrates that we're going to be getting, which is a byproduct of this, of making, well, technically making the substrates produces a byproduct of ethylene, but the ethylene is what we're after, so the substrate is more of a byproduct. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to have water coming back here to wherever we need it. So we're also going to need an input for items, which I guess we can do the right side being input. And this should have power. Don't think power matters too much, but we're going to have right side input for, you know, I made this wrench. Let's actually use it. So let's put that there. And if we shift left click, this is an insert only. So this is going to be our water line, and that's going to go to an aqueous accumulator. We're going to need, coming into this side, whoops, coming into the right side is our items. No, yes, our items and our gas. Let's just kind of rearrange things a little bit in our inventory. So the items are going to come from the crusher, and the crusher needs to be further away so that it can be next to the garden cloche, and we can go ahead and just go back a little bit farther with this, and we'll just do something like this. Okay, so the garden cloche will be something we do something like this. We are going to need power to this guy. And water is always going to be the front, I do believe. I don't think we can connect water up the top. So this is where we're going to have to do something like this. And the items can come out the back. It's fine. Doesn't matter too much. But water, go along like that. It connected here. We're going to want it to be insert. And then finally, we'll have our aqueous accumulator. Actually, we'll put the drum here. And that will be extract always active. Aqueous accumulator here. Torch here. And we'll get our water we'll get our water in the corner here like this. And finally our pressurized fluid conduit. Extract always active, insert. So now all we have to do is put water there and water here, and this will start producing water. This will start filling up and giving water to this guy and this guy. Now we can go ahead and put our dirt and our pumpkin in there. And then once we get this connected to power, that's all we need to do. So all these guys are connected to power. This is going to start producing pumpkins. The pumpkins will need to go into here. Insert, and then this is where the Yetta wrench comes in handy. Extract, always active. So it should extract the pumpkins into this guy. If we tell input on that side, output on the left. And it's going to start crushing pumpkins. Perfect. So the only thing left is the electrolytic separator, which let's see. I believe if we have this extract always active, it's filling up with hydrogen. It shouldn't be doing anything yet because we still need to get the output from here. And we're going to just dump the excess oxygen because I don't care about it. But it looks like it connected to the water. Water is fine. And then all we have to do is item conduit to here. Turn that one off. Extract always active. We should start seeing, once I tell this on insert, biofuel in here. And it's going to start making ethylene. Ethylene is going to try to pump in here, but it's just going to stay in the conduit for now. And then extract always active, and it is pumping the substrates up here. So this is our ethylene production. Once this runs out of hydrogen, which it will eventually, we'll be able to power our base pretty easily. So the only problem is this is kind of slow, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Because it's got to be faster than everything else. And if we find out that this isn't enough, we'll add some things to it. We'll do some fertilizers or something. And this is going to very quickly fill up with water. So it's messy, but it works. And here soon, this is going to stop producing like 1,000 or 480 RF per tick. And produce a lot more. So that is ethylene production. Not too bad. Now, while we wait for things to kind of finish up there, we can probably go turn in some more quests. And at this point, there's one more thing I want to do today. I didn't get to everything I wanted to do. I did want to get the mob farm settled. We'll do that in the next episode. We'll do that pretty quickly in the next, just right at the beginning, just get it done. But right now I need to pick up all of these guys, and we will see lead, steel, gold, and tin. These guys all go in there. I'm gonna keep these guys on me so I can fill up my clipboard once I'm done with the episode. And let's go ahead and see what's in our quest book, and then we'll go do the other thing that I wanted to do. So molten gold, we got chance cubes, mechanical crafters, another redstone furnace it looks like, and basic capacitors. So lots of stuff, nothing I really need right now. But let's clean up the inventory just a little bit. And the next thing / last thing I want to do is, because we're going to have a lot more power coming through, we need to upgrade some of the stuff. So the crushing factory is not going to be good enough. So what we're going to get is a better installer, a better tier installer. So we're going to need a bunch of stuff, and we should be actually able to make all this stuff. We're going to upgrade our factory one more time, and we just need 2 of these. And I think we have everything we need. Perfect. So this is an advanced tier installer. And if we just come down here, shift click that, we'll have 5 things of cobblestone going, which means a lot more of the gravel, and that should help in general to get more stuff. So 5 gravels means that this guy is going to fill up, presumably, at some point, and we should start seeing a lot more resources coming in. Specifically glowstone is what I'm after, which is unfortunately the sand. Now I could also supplement all of this. The netherrack doesn't have a mesh yet. Doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, I could supplement things, but yeah, we only have 2 glowstone, and glowstone is pretty important. So I might actually improve more of these guys, because we are going to be producing a lot more power. Now, I don't know if this is still... It is no longer burning hydrogen. It is burning ethylene. And... yeah. Before we were producing 480 RF. Now we are flashing between 500 and 1,000 RF per tick. So, all things considered, pretty good. Let's actually speed this guy up for a minute. Just try to get a backlog of pumpkins. And everything else can be slow. It's fine. We already have a stack of substrates. Substrates are going to be useful later. We can turn them into HDPE pellets, which we can turn into plastics. And that is needed for a lot of things. Actually, it's just needed for the transmutation tablet. And I don't think it's super useful for much of anything else. It can make some cool things, but for the most part, it's just needed for this one craft. So that is unfortunate, but we're going to have a lot. I don't think the plastic blocks are super useful, but they might be. Anyways, I'll probably put a void upgrade on that and call it a day. So that is going to be it for today's episode. We got some work done. Now I am going to go work with the cows and the chickens more and plan out what we're going to do next. So that is a good question. I'm not entirely sure. We do need to get machines set up and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of that is pretty simple. I think maybe more than anything we need to continue working on auto crafting things. But I need resources, so we might step away from the tech stuff and maybe do some magical stuff or some more farm stuff. I don't know. We'll figure something out and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!